Heartland Waterfowl presents Behind the Blind Podcast.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Behind the Blind Podcast, brought to you by British Double TT Kennels. Check them out online, British Double TT Kennels. Also brought to you by Outlaw Beer. They are becoming more and more available. We're a huge fan. So if you don't see them at your local brewery or place where you like to buy your beer, ask for it. Outlaw Beer, the Mile High Beer. Also brought to you by Dirty Duck Coffee. If your coffee sucks, it ain't the duck. And I sure could have used a lot of coffee this morning because it's been a long day.
Long couple of days.
I'm glad I didn't do coffee this morning, to be honest, because
you wouldn't have made it.
Yeah,
you were already struggling.
I was already struggling, and I think that would have intensified
put it over the edge.
Yeah,
we are here. We are back in Wyoming. If you guys are familiar with the show, fans of the show, been watching it for years. In fact, we were just talking about this yesterday. I believe it's year 10 total that we've been coming here to High Plains Wingshooters, Aaron and Jen Garcia. It's my 7th, so I want to say it's 10 total. But man, it's been a long time that we've been coming here, and there's a reason for that. It's because we love it so much. It's kind of a January tradition. It kind of started off doing the 2-shot in December with Aaron and Jen out here, and it transitioned to coming in January and shooting geese here out of the pits. And man, do we love it, and we look forward to it every year. So we are back again. We just finished our first day of hunting. Had a pretty good day of travel yesterday. Got in yesterday afternoon, got settled into our favorite Airbnb. One of the favorites, actually, that we stay in all year.
I love this place.
It's nice.
It's really
it's
nice.
My favorite.
We all kind of have our own little room and area, and it's super comfortable. And our first hunt started this morning. So today we're all going to be discussing High Plains Wingshooters. Obviously, you guys know Dakota Thurn, right? You know Justin Michaels, myself, Alex Diecidue, but who you might not know, someone new, Hunter Easley. So let's all give a round of applause.
Thank you.
Fresh meat. Hunter actually does a lot of stuff. You guys are familiar, Dakota and Q running Marathon Media, who do a lot of our digital stuff, our filming and things, especially the YouTube side of it. And Hunter has been doing work. How long have you been doing stuff with them now for?
It'll be coming up on a year, probably around this summer.
Yeah.
And imagine he's not there right now, but is Dakota a good boss? Does he treat you right? You getting all the benefits and all that stuff, 401k and retirement. And
We're working on that.
No, it's awesome, dude. I'm so happy I've gotten this opportunity. It's a blessing. I every time I've come out like to here or Wamigo, it's always a privilege.
Yeah.
To just be out here with you guys.
We're really happy to have you. So
Absolutely.
Obviously you are familiar with the creative side and digital content and filming and photos and video and stuff because you're doing stuff with Marathon Media. You also kind of have some of your own projects that you work on as well.
Yeah.
But your dad, Ty Easley, if people here are waterfowl only, not deer hunters, Ty Easley has been a long time member of Heartland Bow Hunter. And so it's actually really cool because you've been able to film your dad deer hunting all season this year.
Yeah.
You guys have got to spend a lot of really good time together in the blind.
There's been some bad times here and there, but mostly good. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously getting to spend that time and do those things and be outdoors and be able to film your dad and not only create those memories, but capture those that you can look back on. We've said it a million times over. How cool is it to be able to, in 20, 30 years when you have kids or grandkids or anything like that, go, hey, we're going to look back at this hunt that I did. Oh, I remember this one time that you and your grandpa, you guys did this kind of stuff. And
yeah, no, it's funny you say that actually, because I was just talking to Q today while we were sitting in the pit, and my sister sent a video of a home video from, I don't even know how long ago, and it was my dad with his Mexican stash when he was, I don't even know, he probably was around 25 years old or something like that, and I was like, that's what I want to do later on, and I've started doing it now, and I freaking love it. So,
Well, I remember seeing you as a kid in the HB episodes on recoveries and things like that with your dad. Yeah. So how long have you been filming your dad?
So last year honestly was like my first like kind of going in filming. It was we were going after a buck and it didn't work out unfortunately, but we ended up getting one late season, and then this year was like another good full time, die hard type of year, but again,
grind it out.
Didn't work again.
Yeah.
I guess there's still a couple days left once we
still got time when we got home. Yeah. So it's super cool to have Hunter along here, and as far as being newer to the waterfowl side, right? Your dad enjoys goose hunting, especially with archery equipment. So you were able to shoot a goose earlier this year with your bow, and so you've dabbled in the waterfowl side of it before, and of course went to Kansas with these guys earlier in late November, I guess, over Thanksgiving trip. So it's super cool to have someone here that's fresh and new and excited and wants to be a part of this and just cutting your teeth, doing the new waterfowl thing. So
we can't gloss over the fact that his dad is an outdoor television legend, to be honest.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, like legit, this guy has shot some giant deer, and not just like throughout, very consistently for a long time.
He's
like
consistent.
He's been doing it, like so. Yeah, and also has had some super cool stories. I know that, like one of my favorites, was Dreamer.
Oh yeah.
And just like the way that and that's the other thing too, is Ty Easley also knows how to tell a story. And I've always respected the fact of his ability and dedication to filming all the process of everything that they do, whether it's shed hunting, whether it's, putting in food plots and stuff like that. So big shout out to Ty. And if nothing else, I want to say this first and foremost, all of that stuff inspired me to be doing what I'm doing now. So it's kind of a cool full circle deal of like, awesome, I remember watching HB being like, I want to do this. And then I got stuck on the HW side. So
right. And then you were like, dang, this is way better than the deer. Right? Hey, Ty, if you're watching this, Hunter actually said that he prefers waterfowl.
Yeah, we're switching
bull crap.
Turning them.
We're getting them turned over. Yeah. So we did. We had a fun morning today. It was a long day, and we kind of assumed it was going to be a long day going into it. I don't think we assumed that we were going to hunt all day today. But when we woke up this morning, it was like -4 actual temperature. So it was cold. And we all know if it's going to be that cold, birds potentially are going to fly late. So Aaron and Zach came out to help us do some setup today. We got to hunt with old G Money, Garrett.
Great guy.
Everybody here, and you've heard us say this time and time and time again, absolutely love all these guys here at High Plains Wingshooters. Aaron and Jen have surrounded themselves with some of the best guys that we know. I mean, all of them there. Super, super great guys. So we really enjoy coming out here and being able to spend time and hunt. And Aaron and Zach this morning were getting ready. They had to go out and do some other things, scouting and stuff like that. But they even took, the 40 minutes to come in and help us set up decoys and just be able to hang out. They knew they weren't going to get to hunt with us today, but they wanted to come hang out and spend time. And that's really why we come here, is to be able to enjoy that company and do the things that are outside our normal realm, right? The hunting in the pits and that kind of stuff. So yesterday, it's been cold, right? Like before we left, we got 14, 16 inches of snow in Kansas and Missouri. I'm sure everybody was affected somewhat by that cold front with a bunch of snow and everything. We were able to get out of town just fine, 2 days after the heavy snow, but it's been cold here. So we were looking forward to new birds pushing in. Montana's cold. Montana's getting a bunch of snow, which really is where Wyoming shines in January, is when it gets really cold up north, pushes those big birds down, because we don't want to shoot little geese. We want to shoot big geese. Right, that's our favorite. And they had seen a bunch of birds migrating in yesterday. So get set up this morning. It's cold, so we're thinking, maybe it's 10, maybe it's 11, could be noon, and it just kept going later in the day. And the birds were stirring on the river, flying up and down the river. We saw a lot of birds that were stirring and flying. And we talked about it after the hunt, and I'm not sure if it's because maybe they migrated all day yesterday that they're having a full rest day today. We thought for sure they were going to feed this afternoon, and they didn't really fly like we thought they were going to. No. And the birds that did fly acted like finicky late season geese, right? We worked a couple birds. We were able to shoot like 4 or 5 geese, and then those random ducks that just bombed in right before last light. We were able to shoot one of the mallards. And then, of course, at legal shoot light, we're getting ready to pick up, and then the ducks just start boiling out. Of course. I mean, it was like they literally were like...
They know.
Yep.
They've been around.
Yeah. So it was a long day as far as hunting goes. Not quite what we expected, but it's still a fun day. So...
Yeah, I had a blast.
Yeah. You're not going to hear any complaints from me.
Yeah.
We had a lot of laughs. And
we were joking.
And a lot of different
theories,
talks.
Politics, football.
We went, and if there's something that you could talk about, we talked about it today. We had plenty of time.
Yeah. We went from like non-important kind of funny things. Then we kind of got a little bit into the conspiracy theories, and then we really got into like some heartfelt family.
We love you guys.
Each other hugs
and then we went straight back to just like random BS. Like we went the full.
And then
full
at the end, we were like pretty much slap happy and just like giggling and doing stupid stuff.
Yeah. So it was a good day one. Like I said, we shot a handful of birds. There are definitely birds around. And some of you guys know that they can get a little finicky when they migrate in. I thought for sure what I thought was, it's cold this morning. They're going to feed in the afternoon. They sat. And we kind of saw that last year. Last year when we came, it was that negative 40-degree temperature blizzard, like the coldest we have ever hunted in.
Yep.
Thankfully, we were here in the pits where we could turn on all the heaters.
Yeah,
because
lifesaver.
Yeah, it really is. And we kind of witnessed that or had that experience that one day where we only shot the one bird because they were migrating in, and then they just needed a day
to figure things
sit
out
on the river, recoup, and then they were ready to eat. So definitely high hopes the rest of the week. There are definitely plenty of birds around. I think we're timing it pretty good. Tomorrow looks like pretty cold, 30 degrees, and like a 30 or 40 mile an hour wind, potentially spitting snow.
Yeah.
Like heavy winds, high winds the rest of the week. So
typically when it snows on us here, it gets a little dirty.
It gets real good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I need to look at the weather again. I know the wind for sure is still there. It's 20 to 30 with 40 mile an hour gusts, which hopefully they can crawl right in and spread on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've taken the snow out of it or not, but sounds like tomorrow we're going to hunt with Josh and Zach. They were out scouting tonight and have found a pretty decent feed that's got a good number of geese in it. And then, of course, just like what we saw tonight, they said there's quite a few ducks flying around. That's if they're going to fly at legal light or not. I'm not really sure.
Dude, when you get that big wind, it's pretty easy to get on them. And when they're struggling to get to the hole and doing everything they can and they look like they're frozen, it's pretty easy to mow them down pretty good. Instead of the sliding this way and doing all that, whenever they're battling against that wind, it's nice.
It was weird today. They called for a west 15 mile an hour wind. This morning it was 0. And then it was blowing out of the east at like 5. And then at like 1 o'clock, it was like somebody literally flipped the light switch and it was like 15 miles an hour out of the west, but only for like 2 hours. Because then when the birds started flying, we didn't really have any wind again. And so we finally finished that group of like 5 little. I mean, that one was tiny.
Yeah.
We finished that group of 5 and they were wanting to spin around all weird, which is somewhat a benefit of the pits. If you've never hunted out of a pit before, you're kind of able to just run 360 around it, which is a benefit out of like a panel blind or something where you're potentially against a backdrop and you have all that grass overhead where you can't quite shoot out the back maybe, or for us, especially filming wise, we're able to run around and do 360s in that thing.
Yeah.
So it's not detrimental as far as filming goes when there's no wind. Like a lot of times it is. Obviously it's harder for the birds to finish right where you want them. And we finished that group of 5 really well. But I mean, tomorrow with a 30 mile an hour wind,
should be good.
We should be prime.
It's saying 20 to 30 for sure.
You're looking at it now.
Yeah.
Is
you want
there
me to give
snow
you
in
the
it?
scouting report on the weather tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right.
So in case you guys haven't, I forgot to introduce.
Q's here.
Weatherman Q.
Oh yeah, Q.
Hey, I'm just here, guys.
DJ, mixologist, weatherman.
You know, I get my boys set. We're good. Windy, cloudy skies will become partly cloudy in the afternoon. A few flurries or snow showers are possible. High is 31. Winds at northwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour.
Sounds good to me.
Like it.
We just did that simultaneously.
That was nice. I feel I was late to it.
Yeah, we're linked. Yeah, for sure. So looking forward to tomorrow. Again, coming up here is really a highlight of our January. It's kind of just become a staple, especially over the last 5, 6, 7 years of coming up here in January and doing the pit hunting thing. And if you guys haven't seen any of the previous episodes, head over to the YouTube channel. You can see the stuff from last year. You can see clips and stuff from the year before, and some of the podcasts too, where I think Aaron's going to be able to come over and be on the podcast later this week, and we can talk about more high plains Wingshooters kind of stuff. And it's different, and it's fun when you can kind of get out of your element of things that you're used to, right? Because here, all the birds are roosting along the river, and you're not only scouting and trying to find a field that they're feeding in, but also you want a really good flight line for trafficking. Because a lot of times you'll see quite a few birds fly over and you'll break down 4, kill them. You'll break down 2, you'll break down 20, you'll break,
Yep.
And it's fun to be able to, we kind of label it as like a low key hunt. Like we come out here, we know these guys have some phenomenal hunting ground. It's like you can hit the gas station up in the morning, drive right out to the pit, set your spread, and then we're turning on the buddy heaters.
No grass and blinds.
No, you're not grass and blinds. You're not
nice.
dealing with mud. You're not dealing with any of it. It's like, I'm sure it's probably your first time hunting out of a pit, right?
It has been an awesome experience. Even though, like we said, it wasn't a great first day, but I enjoyed every second of it. I mean, it was cool.
It's just it's such a different, if you've never done it before, being able to hop down and now you're eye level with the ground.
Oh yeah.
And you can have your stuff in there and you can be warm. And I mean, we're basically just wearing hoodies down there when it's
70 degrees.
It's 5 degrees outside
in the pit. Yep.
So it's a fun change of pace for what, we're used to throughout the entire season and everything. So if you haven't already, check them out. High Plains Wingshooters. You can find them on Instagram and on Facebook and the website. Again, we'll have Aaron come out this week and he can talk a little bit more about his guys and his operation and things, but it's top notch. It's run really well. And like I said, some of our favorite guys that we get to spend some time with and hang out and BS with throughout the hunting season.
Yeah. I think one of the special things for us too is, I think just Heartland Waterfowl as a whole, we enjoy the relationship part just as much as the hunting and everything else of just like being able to hang out with the different people. And I know what stands out to me. I mean, we go to dinner, typically to a steakhouse every year with the guys here. And it's one of my favorite times because we get to just like sit. We're not hunting. We're not in a hunting atmosphere, and we just get to sit there and talk. And we get to ask Jen about work. We get to ask, and just have like I think that, and we talked about it today. Sometimes the hunting's good. I was walking out with G Money, and I was like, dude, sometimes the hunting's good. Sometimes the hunting's bad. Like it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. And but
it doesn't
and I told him
how I feel about coming out here and hunting and hanging out. Like
and that's what I told him. I loved being able to share the blind with you today. Yep. Like it was just fun being able to be there. So I think that sometimes maybe the waterfowl space gets kind of consumed by piles and shooting a bunch and doing that. And I think that's one of my favorite things that I think is a huge staple for us of just being very intentional about relationships. And this is one of my favorite spots. I love these guys, and they work hard, and they it's always a good time. So
it's kind of like what you were talking about as far as our Heartland Waterfowl or Heartland Bow Hunter, and we're all our Heartland family, right? Because we're all the same. And that you're talking
according
about,
to Chad, maybe not.
Yeah,
Chaz.
You're talking about seeing him in videos when he was younger. So it's like we can
Chad.
You are Chad. We can we've literally watched some people grow up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so last year when the Chiefs were in the wild card game, we had the pizza party here, and like Zach's able to bring his kids over, and Rob's able to bring his family, and Zach's and Jen can come over, or Aaron and Jen can come over, and you build these relationships, and it's like you're invested, right?
Yeah.
Now Garrett's got a kid, and it's like we're all growing up in front of each other's eyes, and it's when you can have those kind of relationships where it's true friendship, it's true fun and everything. That's what really, honestly, that is what waterfowl hunting is about. Do I want to go out every single day and just beat the brakes off them and stuff like that? Yeah, of course, everybody does.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you know what I want to do? I want to spend this kind of time with you guys, with my friends, with the people I consider my family. And that's the most important part to me is like, I get excited to come out here because I get to see these people that I only get to see once a year.
Right.
It's
like
our
one
it's like
week.
a big family reunion.
Yeah. Ducked up question.
Do you have one? Have you already thought of one?
Yeah.
He's probably sitting on this for a while.
Yeah.
First, can we knock out our outlaw moment of the day, though, folks?
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man. I didn't even think
Got one.
about this. You start.
Do you want me to
I
start?
got a couple.
Sure.
Oh, he is so prepared right now.
Yeah, cues
Hey.
in.
Yes, please.
This is my show.
Please.
I'm
Please
just
start.
kidding. Just kidding. Sorry, Ronnie. I would say, man, like you guys were just saying, this is like, and I think this goes as a whole for everybody in HW and the Heartland family. Like, we treat our people with really good, or we cherish our relationships. So it's just like a family reunion. It was great being out with G Money today, but also like just being out in the blind with you guys today and just all of our banter and being weirdos, whatever. But it would have to be just the blind time today.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It would be all the giggles and laughs that we had.
You would think we'd be frustrated.
And honestly,
Which we were.
like,
we were.
that's
Hey,
it.
hey, we were a little,
Honestly,
but
Yeah.
we
but
got
we're good.
into some like heartfelt conversations.
Yeah. We really did. It'd be like that sometimes.
It does.
Yeah.
It really do.
Yeah.
Okay, you had one.
Forgot it.
Outlaw.
Outlaw moment. Come to me next.
You got one?
I'm going to say toasty burritos on the buddy heater.
There you go.
Pretty
And,
outlaw.
that was
uh,
good.
Cool.
Dakota holding his bowel movement for like 15 hours. It's impressive.
Quite a performance, really. Pretty impressive.
No,
It was.
I agree. The camaraderie
to be-
today was great.
To be honest with you, when you're in the middle, the thing with the pits are, it's not like you're framing them on an edge or anything. There's no
No.
trees. Like you're in an open field, so there's not a lot of options.
Nowhere to go.
No. Okay, here I'll give one. This doesn't have anything to do with today's hunt. Has to do with travel and what we got to eat on our way here.
Okay.
One of my favorite places on the planet. And we got to let Hunter get his first go at it, but Runza.
Popped his
Runza
Runza.
We got that Runza.
It was amazing.
I love Runza, and it's just a little treat that whenever you come up here or whenever
It's
you're
fun
in Nebraska,
it's a
that you-
once a year thing.
once
for
a year
us.
thing. And in all actuality, it's not that special,
but it is.
but it
'cause it's
is.
a one,
It- but it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, getting to eat the Runza was pretty outlaw.
okay. You got something that stands out in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, kind of what he was saying, but like going into more detail, we were sitting there. I think it was like whenever a couple of us got out of the blind or out of the pit, and we decided to put some shells on our heads, and it was just like,
Yeah.
I mean, I was telling the guys, I was like, I haven't laughed that hard in a while. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, this is
We were
cracking.
being
It
one
was
with-
just-
we were
it was
being
just
one with the
fun.
Goose.
It was just fun. I mean, like things were working out, but it was fun.
Yeah.
I was laughing.
Yeah.
Let's see, my outlaw moment of the day. Man, I'm gonna say it's when we were not paying attention at all, and I looked up and I was like, all I could go was ducks, duck, 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 duck. Everyone's like, "What are you talking about?" Like, ducks.
Yeah.
And then old G Money just smashed that
Oh yeah,
big
he
old
did.
fat green head.
Yeah.
So that's my outlaw moment of the day.
When you do shoot ducks here, they're them thickies.
mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah.
them
That was a
thickies.
magnum.
They're very
Yeah.
finicky,
Yeah.
but when they want to do it, they do it,
Yeah.
and they're good.
It was funny too because you were just talking like, oh, we didn't bring the mojo, and it was like we don't shoot ducks here, and then we shot one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess
Yeah.
we do.
Yep. Ducked up
You
moment.
You ready for me?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
outlaw.
For it.
So, thought long and hard about this one, but if you had to produce a hunt with just one GoPro, Do you think you could do it?
Yes.
Easy.
Yes. No problem.
Just put it on my gun, boy.
Please. No,
It would take a long time.
You know what? That might be some sort of strange challenge that we should issue to everybody. Is like,
And I'm talking one, just
right.
one.
I'm saying like throughout. Maybe we tried this next season. It's like, all right, like you get this trip to create your one hunt. You get this trip to create your one hunt. So there's a hunt we go on where that person that day has to have a GoPro, and they have to film, set up
Your daily vlog.
hunt. It's all almost
Your
perfectly
POV
cool. And then
daily
see-
vlog.
and then see if
All right,
you
let's do it tomorrow.
can- And then see, if,
Let's try it.
and then see if you can put it together in 60 seconds.
Okay. I got one for you. I saw this the other day. It's kind of parlays off of what Q was saying with, you have to film a hunt. But I sent this to Logan, and it was like when you spent all your money on the meta glasses, so you have to shoot B-roll with the meta glasses, and the guy was just going like, and then
Like he's a slider.
yeah, just like up, and then he's like up in the leaves, like. I just thought it was funny.
That is funny.
So if you got to film the entire thing with the meta glasses, you just got to do all the B-roll.
All right, so we'll use a GoPro, but Logan has to use his glasses.
Yeah, yeah. He's shooting all the tight shots by the shotgun.
Which honestly have been pretty awesome.
It's been cool.
And you would definitely get a morning ritual of Logan's that he does probably every hunt.
guaranteed. You don't want it to run 24/7 for him.
Yeah.
Not going to be pretty.
See, I can hold it. He
Can't. Cannot.
He goes wherever the wind blows, bro.
That is true. Well, with that said, I think we got a few things to finish up here. Really looking forward to tomorrow. The weather for sure is like, we always make those jokes like it's a really ducky day or it's a really goosey day. Tomorrow is going to be
It's right.
a
Should be.
really goosey day.
Weather is right.
So the birds want to cooperate tomorrow. We knock that rough one out of the way early, right?
I'm optimistic.
Oh yeah.
It'll be good.
So we will come back to you guys tomorrow with an update of how we just smashed.
Mm-hmm.
And because I got one more thing for Hunter.
Okay.
Because he doesn't get a lot of, he's like us. He's the camera guy, so he doesn't get a lot of FaceTime. So,
Oh no.
what did you think of your first pit hunt? Like, was it what you were thinking of when me and Dakota were kind of?
What was different?
Yeah. What did you?
Where did
what
you
was
go?
your
Okay.
experience overall?
Wow, this took very long.
Gosh, I mean, there was a lot of different things. Just being able to like film in the like pit itself, I was able to actually like sit up, go sit on the other side of the bench, go film 2 shooters, turn around, film another shooter, and be able to move freely was amazing. Like it was so nice to have more freedom in there. Now, don't get me wrong, A-frames have a completely different element just from like doing it that one time in Kansas. So like they're both got their own little like pros and cons for sure. But yeah, just be able to move freely and then be able to look up and do like like what you were saying earlier, like a 360 around. Like they could be anywhere at that point. So that was super, super, super awesome. But
Was it funny watching me and Dakota just doing like 360s?
yeah. There was a couple times I just sat there and I was watching you guys, and you guys were crouching.
Yeah.
down.
When it's no wind, it's definitely you're doing the dance.
Oh yeah.
You're doing the dance.
Oh yeah.
But that's part of it.
We're not gonna have that problem tomorrow in 30
Yeah.
mile an hour winds.
Just wait till you do layouts, brother.
Oh man, I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Well, I think we're prepped, we're primed, we're ready to go. Again, from all of us here at Heartland Waterfowl, thank you for watching. We will be back tomorrow with some very good news when we beat them up in the morning. So, Alex Diecidue, Justin Michaels, Hunter Easley, Dakota Thurn, and the mix master, Q Tato.
The man behind the curtain.
We will see you tomorrow.